in the quiet province of Manitoba. Along the long and winding Red River lies one of Canada's oldest and most unsettling mysteries. For nearly 2 centuries, people living near the river have reported seeing the same thing: dark, faceless figures watching from the riverbanks, following travelers, and disappearing the moment anyone approaches. Tonight, we uncover the chilling legend of the shadow people of the Red River Valley phenomenon that continues to haunt the region to this day. The earliest written accounts date back to the mid-1800s, when European settlers and fur traders traveled through the region. Most reports describe tall black silhouettes standing motionless near the river at dawn or dusk. They had no facial features, no clothing, no sound. One diary from 1862, written by a Hudson's Bay Company employee, contained a chilling entry: "I saw a dark figure on the riverbank. When I approached within 20 feet, it dissolved into the air like smoke." Local indigenous communities, however, had known of these beings long before Europeans arrived. They warned settlers not to wander near the river at night. The beings were described as lost spirits caught between worlds, drawn to the flowing water because it was believed to be a pathway for souls. Many dismissed these tales as superstition, until the sightings grew more frequent. By the early 1900s, the shadow people were no longer just stationary observers. Witnesses began reporting that the figures followed them silently, patiently, always at a distance. A Winnipeg farmer in 1914 wrote about walking home one evening with his lantern. He noticed a shadow pacing him across the field, matching his steps perfectly. Every time he stopped, it stopped. When he ran, it moved faster. But once he reached his house and closed the door, there was nothing outside except darkness. But I swear, I could feel it waiting. Decades later, similar encounters continued. Factory workers, night shift laborers, delivery drivers, many reported the same thing: a tall, thin silhouette appearing near the Red River, watching them for minutes, then vanishing without a trace. One police officer in the 1970s shared his experience while patrolling a quiet stretch of road near the river. It was standing in the middle of the road. No features, no movement, just there. When I turned on the siren, it folded into the darkness like a shadow melting away. To this day, the officer prefers to remain anonymous. But the story is well known among local law enforcement. With the rise of technology, new sightings began to emerge, this time caught on security cameras and dash cams. Several videos from the 2000s and 2010s show strange, human-shaped figures crossing the riverbank in seconds, appearing unnaturally tall or elongated. While skeptics call them tricks of light, local residents know the truth. The figures have never stopped appearing. One of the most chilling modern encounters happened in 2013. A night shift maintenance worker at a riverside warehouse claimed he was followed inside the building. He described hearing footsteps behind him, slow, deliberate steps on concrete. But when he turned around, there was a black figure in the hallway, taller than any man I've seen. No eyes, no face. But I felt it staring. The figure drifted toward him without moving its legs. Terrified, he ran to the exit, but when he looked back, the hallway was empty. He quit his job the next day. So, what are they? Many theories attempt to explain the shadow people of Red River Valley. Some believe they are wandering spirits, victims of accidents, drownings, or tragedies along the river. Waterways have long been associated with the spiritual transition between worlds. Another theory suggests the figures are echoes of people who once lived there, fragments of moments trapped in time and replaying themselves. This modern theory claims the shadow figures are entities from a parallel world. Their faceless appearance is due to them slipping partially into our reality. Of course, skeptics argue that poor lighting, fatigue, and shadows cast by trees can trick the eye into creating humanoid forms. But how do they explain the matching footsteps, the synchronized movement, the sightings by trained police officers? The mystery remains unsolved. In 2022, a group of local teens reported being followed along a riverside trail at dusk. They described 3 shadowy figures moving silently through the trees, completely ignoring path barriers or obstacles. One of them recorded a shaky phone video. The footage, while blurry, clearly shows a tall black form standing at the edge of the trail. When the camera pans away for a second and returns, the figure has moved several meters closer without making a sound. The teens ran until they reached the main road. None of them have gone back since. From settlers in the 1800s to modern workers, police officers, and teenagers. The shadow people of Red River Valley have remained a constant, terrifying presence for over 200 years. Whether spirits, echoes, or something far more mysterious, their silent watch continues along the riverbanks of Manitoba. If you ever find yourself walking near the Red River at night, and you feel like someone is following you, don't look back, because by the time you see the shadow, it may already be right behind you. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story and want more real-life horror legends from around the world, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And tell us in the comments, would you dare walk alone by the Red River at night? Until next time, stay safe and stay away from the shadows.